One thing West Virginia state parks are always pretty good about is having a nice gift shop, and they're well staffed. Friends, good morning here from Holly River State Park in wild and wonderful West Virginia on this foggy April morning. Beautiful stream flowing through the campground here. I believe we have a site that butts right up against the stream, so that's going to be awesome. We're just filling up with water here at the entrance. So there is a water fill at the entrance to all the specific campgrounds. Just a note, you do want to use the main entrance to get in here. It doesn't look like that when you're coming down the road because it's a real tight turn and it looks kind of sketchy, but that's the only way in. We have a lot to tell you about and a lot to share with you here at Holly River. Today we're going to be hiking some trails, probably around the state park here. It's been a little bit of a rough journey to get down here, but our plans have been very flexible because we were actually supposed to get here yesterday, but what did we do yesterday instead?
We put in an offer on a new house.
Yes, so...
Well, we went to go see the house and then we put in an offer.
So it was a late evening. But I will tell you, this is not a state park to arrive to in the dark because it's a bit confusing getting in here, so...
we took one wrong turn before we even got down here and then another wrong turn trying to get into the campground an easier way. And
so even if our plans had gone as normal, we'd have got here in the dark probably a bit flustered. So this has worked out okay. And then hopefully by this evening, they'll be accepting our offer and we'll be officially moving. So that's the plan anyway. So if there haven't been a lot of videos recently, that's why, because our lives are very hectic.
How do you turn it off? Yeah, the water's full. So yeah, life is changing quickly.
So for Christmas I got these X-Chocks. We've been having some issues with the camper swaying back and forth, like in a motion parallel to the length of the camper. And as you can see kind of right now, maybe the tires are moving back and forth, and even though like I use wooden chocks, they're not always tight, and with the tire pressure changes and stuff, there's no real way to like adjust it. In our small camper, it was not a big deal whatsoever. In this one, you can really feel it, and we're in it more because it's bigger and it has the space that we need, especially like cold weather camping this time of year. Like, it's April, so we're going to be in there an awful lot. These you just put in between the tires and you crank them out. And there you go, it's pretty much that simple. Now this one I'm making pretty tight because as the tires cool off, they're going to deflate some, and I don't really want to have to crawl under the slide to tighten it up, but I might have to anyway. We'll just see. We used these on our last trip, although it was dark, so I really didn't get to film it much for you, but they do make a big difference in that. This camper seems a lot more unstable for sure than our last one, but I think that's just due to the length of the camper and its size, and maybe even the stabilizers aren't quite as good. Well, my friends, as far as riverfront campsites go, this one takes the cake. Kind of reminds me of the campground at Colonel Denning up in Pennsylvania, but I think this one might be just a smidge better. A beautiful stream runs through the whole campground, and so there's a lot of these riverfront campsites, if you were. We're site 43, in case you're wondering, and it obviously fits a 35-foot camper, although it's a blind back-in and I think all the riverfront ones are. So if you can't do blind back-ins, this one might not be for you, but I'd try to make it work. Now, I might have screwed up and parked too close to that tree to put the awning out. Just over there, you can see it. It may have some clearance issues, but sunshine shouldn't be our problem here, so we'll be all right. We'll take the dogs for a little walk and figure out what we're going to do today. With all the hustle and bustle of our lives, I haven't done a whole lot of research. I knew there was a reason to be here, I just can't remember what that is. So we'll figure it out, and we're going to take you and show you someplace cool.
We'll see. It's over there by Sarah. It's crawling towards the water. You're going to have to put it back on the road so the children get to see
One thing West Virginia state parks are always pretty good about is having a nice gift shop, and they're well staffed. So there was actually a person at the check-in station at the campground and then staff in the gift shop. So like if you have questions, it's easier to find answers here in West Virginia compared to some other states that we've been in. And if you want like some souvenirs and postcards and stuff, they have that type of thing in here. So yeah, we're gonna pick some stuff up and then head out on the trail. So Holly River State Park is like 8,100 acres, brought about in the 1930s to like try to reforest and rejuvenate some of the streams, prevent erosion, and basically recreate a natural habitat and wildlife refuge. You know, according to the sign, that's successful, and you can see around us, it's a very pretty area, very pretty state park. This is the Laurel Branch Trail. It's like an interpretive trail. It was given lots of awards just about 10 years ago for increasing access to trails for people with disabilities. We did something similar to this up in Cook's Forest, and so they're fun little trails, and you have lots of signage, and so you can learn a lot, and good to teach the kids as well. We're going to kind of take this trail back to the campground, which is back that way, as you can see. We just hope there's a bridge on the other side. It looks like there is, to get us back into the campground. Alright, so this is the upper falls that we're going to show you first. You can see the truck is right here. You can basically drive right down to it. They have a nice little overlook thing here. And then there's a nice hiking trail you can do that if you want to put some miles on. I think it's something knob trail. But we're not going to do that because it's kind of raining, and we walked a lot this morning. Even though we didn't really see much, we walked an awful lot.
You can go clear down. There's a staircase down and go through the woods. Yeah, be careful because it could be slippery.
Yeah, so we'll probably walk down these stairs and just spend a little bit of time here, and then walk down to the other two falls and see what all there is to see here. Epic waterfall this is, friends. It's a pretty little valley here. They let you get right up to the waterfall, but just look at all the rhododendron up there. I think this is part of one of the forks of the Holly River. I'll put it up on the screen, but Yeah, this is pretty sweet down here. Friends, this is one of my favorite times to be exploring areas like this in West Virginia and Maryland, and even some in Pennsylvania, because the Trillium is out in full bloom. And there's some red ones here, there's some white ones here. I've seen other colors in other places. Actually, there was a white and pink one in Pennsylvania once. It was in Heart's Content. But yeah, Trillium, it's very pretty. Just a reminder not to pick the flowers, because I think if you pick them, it takes like 7 years before it blooms again, or something crazy like that. And it's crazy how the plants like repopulate. I think it has something to do with ants, like carrying the seeds around. So, yeah, we're gonna go see Chute right now. I have no idea what that is, but that's next on our agenda here, down in the valleys here at Holly River State Park. Friends, this little area here is called Chute, and as you can see, it is a chute where the water comes through. We're going to try to get you a better view down here if I don't fall and hurt myself and or cameras. Friends, I want you to check out the way that the water has carved its way through this rock here to make Chute. It's pretty neat, especially on this side over here. I mean, and then as you can see it bowing around it, probably right down here, and it's just gonna keep eroding away at that rock like that. It's very unique, very awesome. And this trail here that we're on is called the Potato Knob Trail. Potato Knob is an overlook just kind of above us, and we may go up there, Sarah and I. William fell asleep in the truck, so him and Rachel are missing out a little bit, but that's okay. It might be a little bit hard for us to continue down the trail because the river, I mean, it's been raining for several days now. The river's up some, and so like obviously I don't want to get wet because it's cold, and this trail here kind of just follows along the river, and kind of, if you can see, the trail pretty much disappears here, and I don't know, we'll see. There's supposed to be another waterfall down here, so we're gonna keep going if we can. So it appears like this Potato Knob Trail going downstream for us today is a no-go. There's a trail marker on this hemlock tree here, and then there's a red blaze along the bank just past it. You might not see it, but then the next one is just past those rhododendrons downstream. And if the water was lower, there's ways we could make it work, or you could walk through it if it was warmer, but it's cold and it's raining and the creek's up, so it ain't happening. We tried to kind of go above it, but as you can see, it's pretty well sheer cliff, and yeah, climbing it, me and Sarah, it's just not gonna work. So yeah, and of course I believe it's private property on the other side of the stream, so It just ain't happening. But Sarah's waiting on me, so we're gonna keep on going back upstream, and we're gonna show you the Potato Knob overlook. That's what we're gonna try to get to now, and see if we can't show you some views of something, although it's cloudy and foggy and rainy, so we'll see what we get. Well, now it's our hope that we can get up there, and hopefully the trail is better going up there than it was going down. Friends, what's up here, do you think? Do you think they grow potatoes on Potato Knob? Okay. Okay, well, we're not gonna climb that rock. Well, there's a big rock up here, so we found that. Some nice old hemlock trees. You can sort of see around you. Maybe we'll get up on top there, who knows. Okay. So friends, I'm afraid this is probably all we're going to show you of Potato Knob today. The trail does keep going and probably puts you up on top of that rock just behind me somewhere. But as you can see, it's extremely foggy. It's getting kind of late, and we're a long way off. So Sarah's tired, and yeah, there won't be a view today. I mean, this is kind of what you got behind me. It's interesting nonetheless. And we got to see a couple nice waterfalls and stuff. And we have better things planned for tomorrow. So